Good evening. The extraordinary life of Michael Jackson has ended suddenly, with the man known as the King of Pop suffering a cardiac arrest at his home in Los Angeles. He was 50 years old. Mike Amor begins our coverage from outside the UCLA hospital in Los Angeles. Mike, what do we know about how he died?
Jen, paramedics rushed Michael Jackson to this hospital almost 12 hours ago after he collapsed at home and stopped breathing. Doctors tried to revive him for more than an hour without success. Since his death, thousands of his loyal fans have gathered here for a candlelight vigil to pay their respects to the King of Pop. Flown by helicopter to the LA County morgue, the shrouded body of Michael Jackson, so large in life, seemingly tiny in death. 54-year-old Jermaine Jackson confirmed his passing.
My brother, the legendary King of Pop, Michael Jackson, passed away on Thursday, June 25th, 2009 at 2:26 p.m.
The 911 call came 2 hours earlier from Jackson's 7-bedroom rented home in LA's Holmby Hills. Paramedics found the King of Pop unconscious, his doctor performing CPR.
His personal physician, who was with him at the time, attempted to resuscitate my brother.
He had no heartbeat, wasn't breathing. They took over, rushed Jackson to nearby UCLA Medical Center. They tried for an hour, but he couldn't be saved.
And they were unsuccessful.
At 2:26, 3 weeks from his comeback tour, Michael Jackson was dead. Just 50 years old.
It's like a family member. I mean, it hurts. It hurts so bad. It's amazing.
The unofficial cause of death is cardiac arrest. The question now, what caused it? His lawyer fears drugs played a part.
I'm not going to make any kind of statement regarding the prescription medications other than the fact that I have warned of their misuse.
Homicide detectives are on the case but say there's no evidence of criminal wrongdoing.
The Los Angeles Police Department handles death investigations every day. Robbery homicide was assigned to this because of the high-profile nature of it.
They plan to interview Jackson's friends, relatives, staff, anyone inside his vast $100,000 a month mansion. As the news spread, thousands of fans ran to the hospital, blocking streets outside. This Aussie got the news via text from Melbourne.
Then everything seemed to come to a standstill and all the TV stations were playing it in the bars and people have just come to a stop in LA.
His death follows years of controversy, notably his trial and acquittal on child molestation charges and debts of $400 million. But he'd sold out 50 London concerts due to kick off July 13. Rehearsal staff said Jackson looked frail but full of energy, working hard. He passed a medical just last month. Doctors thought he was fine. So did fans.
I thought he was immortal. I thought he would never die, and he died.
In Los Angeles, Mike Amor, 7 News.
And now to Rani Sadler outside Michael Jackson's home in Los Angeles. Rani, what's been happening there?
Jen, detectives have been in and out of this home all afternoon. We just watched them impound a silver BMW that was on the property. They told us it's part of the coroner's investigation. Police have now shut down Michael Jackson Street, refusing access to the thousands of fans who've come to pay tribute to an extraordinary life. He was the child star who had everything except a childhood. At just 8, Michael became the Jackson 5's lead singer. With him at the helm, the band soared to the top of the charts 4 times. Michael's father, Joseph, masterminded the family's move from urban poverty in Indiana. But backstage, Michael faced extreme physical and mental abuse that affected his behaviour for the rest of his life. Despite it all, Michael was a standout. His voice, his moves set him apart. By 11, he was performing live on TV shows.
Oh, baby, give me one more chance.
When he went solo, his star took off. Michael owned the 80s. With a popularity almost off the charts, it was Jackson Mania. Thriller generated 3 #1 hits. It's still the best-selling album of all time. From Thriller to the follow-up album Bad, he was the moonwalking trailblazer that kids dreamed of becoming. Trusted friend Elizabeth Taylor called him the king of pop, and every king needs a castle, so Neverland was born. Modelled on the Peter Pan story on which he styled himself, it seemed to finally unleash his inner child.
I'll never forget that the children are our future, and without them, mankind would become extinct.
But this Pied Piper would unravel in front of us all. In 1993, his world of fantasy came under attack. A 13-year-old boy accused him of molestation. He denied the allegations but settled, paying millions in and out of court. His record sales plummeted, but his panache for plastic surgery took on a life of its own. Then another showstopper, a marital one, when Lisa Marie Presley became his wife. That was brief. Then a 3-year marriage to Debbie Rowe. She bore him 2 children, Prince and Paris. He had a third from a surrogate. But he learned the hard way. The world doesn't like dads who dangle their children from balconies. Then the documentary that left the world gasping when he admitted spending nights in his bedroom with children.
The most loving thing to do is to share your bed with someone.
There would be another investigation into Jackson being too intimate with children.
An arrest warrant for Mr. Jackson has been issued.
But in true Jackson style, there would always be another comeback. This is how we saw him just weeks ago.
These will be my final show.
This maestro appeared ready to take on the world one more time. But it would be his last curtain call. A delicate kiss goodbye from the boy who always struggled to become a man. Rani Sadler, 7 News.